Hi, I'm Catalin Warga with the Studio for Teaching and Learning Innovation here at William & Mary. Our e-poster is really going to tell the story of our journey as a studio for teaching and learning charged with supporting faculty through the rapid shift to remote and blended learning. This journey really consisted of three pivotal experiences. The first was establishing critical technology skills in that rapid shift to remote teaching, which had to occur within a matter of weeks. The second was focused on blended learning design as we moved into summer 2020, where we had a little bit more time to help instructors to really convert their courses into blended courses. And then the third was really fostering community-based learning around teaching in different modalities as instructors moved into teaching in fall 2020. So this initial shift to teaching in spring 2020, we initially focused on providing resources and training for technology and practices within our digital learning environment. And given the need to rapidly shift all the courses to remote instruction, coupled with the fact that less than 10% of our instructors had experience teaching in blended or remote contexts, our office created a comprehensive site called Keep Teaching in order to help support instructors through this transition. So I'm going to walk us through that site so you can see some of the resources that we provided to instructors. Okay, so this is our William & Mary Instructional Resilience Keep Teaching website that we created for William & Mary instructors. You'll notice that at the top of the screen here, we have tutorials about different technologies that are specific to the William & Mary digital teaching and learning environment. So if we go to Blackboard tutorials, you can see that we went through and we tried to create tutorials that would be most beneficial to instructors. So we had Blackboard communication and dissemination strategies like creating announcements or emails or using course messages, how to use video in Blackboard through Panopto, which is our media curation tool. And then we have Blackboard Student Collaborative and interactive tools like creating journals, blogs, discussions. Some of these tutorials we took directly from the tools sites like Blackboard Instructor Help and so forth, so that instructors would have really easy access to them through our Keep Teaching site. And then we have information about creating tests, information about Grade Center, and so forth. You'll see we also have Panopto tutorials, Poll Everywhere tutorials, and Zoom tutorials as well that cover some of those basic technological questions and concerns that instructors would have when using those different technologies. You can see that we also have different strategies. So how to keep students informed, how to distribute course materials or deliver lectures or run lab activities, how to engage students in collaboration or assign assignments online, or how to assess students online. And so if you click into any one of these, what we really tried to do was very quickly provide some key principles that we wanted instructors to keep in mind as they were using these digital tools. And then we wanted to provide some tools for actually implementing those strategies. Alongside this website, we also hosted live webinars for instructors to learn about specific tools within our digital learning environment. So you can see here that we had tutorials and webinars on a host of different digital tools. Specifically, we ran a lot of webinars on Blackboard, on Panopto, and on Zoom, so that instructors could really quickly get up to speed with using those different technologies so that they could start to implement them in their courses. Over the spring, we really shifted our focus beyond the tools to teaching and learning. And so we developed new content in digital learning spaces to enhance the teaching within our digital learning environment. And as we neared the beginning of summer session, we really anticipated that faculty would need additional support in order to be able to convert those traditionally in-person courses to the digital environment, which led to the creation of our Convert Your Course short course. And so this really focused on the design, the development, and the delivery of remote courses so that people could meaningfully convert those courses to the digital space. I'm going to walk you through that course now. The Convert Your Course short course was really developed to help instructors transition their summer course to a remote format. And so it was about 5 to 10 hours and really designed to be completed at the instructor's own pace. And so we tried as much as we could to incorporate examples from faculty who had been teaching online across the university. We wanted to build in one-on-one consultation time with faculty members so that they could ask questions, they could work with us on designing their courses, and we also wanted to help to facilitate some peer connection throughout that process as well. So you can see on the side here, we developed this through 3 modules. We have Design Your Course, Develop Your Course, and Deliver Your Course. And in each module, there are different topics that we cover. So for example, in designing your course, the first topic that we begin with is understanding the difference between remote and online teaching, identifying key course content and experiences, and then how to design effective remote instruction. When you go to develop your course, then we get into the weeds a little bit more about organizing your course in the remote course shell that we provided to instructors to help them to get their courses into Blackboard. We talk about authoring course content, which is really guiding students through the course in a clear and very consistent way, as well as creating human connection in a remote course. And then we move to delivering the course. So once you've got the course designed, how do you actually facilitate that course in the digital space? So we talk about providing frequent and timely instructor and student communication. We discuss compassionate teaching in a time of crisis because this was occurring during the pandemic, and so it's really important to us that we focus on that notion of compassion and empathy with our students as they're experiencing the pandemic. And we also focus on student engagement. Finally, during the summer 2020, we really built on our shared values through community-based learning for the folks who were operating within that digital learning environment. So as we transitioned to the fall semester, we really recognized that there was a need for embedding long-term knowledge and skill development within communities of practice. We wanted to provide opportunities for instructors to learn really well-grounded pedagogical skills alongside their peers so they could share their experiences and share their perspectives with one another and really be able to problem solve pedagogical problems of practice, as well as to be able to talk about teaching and learning within the context of having to teach across various different modalities. So here we are in the Blended Learning at William & Mary course, which was constructed in 4 modules. The first is designing for flexibility. The second is mapping your course. The third is creating effective learning experiences. And the fourth is fostering positive student engagement. So you can see here that we created groups for this course, and these groups were based on the different contexts that we thought people would have, similar questions or similar problems of practice. So if we go to groups, you can see here we had art and performance courses, we had our College of Liberal Arts courses, discussion-based asynchronous courses, discussion-based synchronous courses, language courses, large classes that were asynchronous as well as large classes that were synchronous, and our science and computer labs. And so we found that instructors actually participated in multiple groups oftentimes and would post resources, post questions, answer one another's questions, as well as ask us questions about some of the specific problems of practice that they wanted to address given their course design for the fall. Another really instrumental component of the Blended Learning at William & Mary course was that we hosted synchronous sessions with each of the groups where we talked about particular issues that group members actually put forth to the group. Sometimes we would prepare in advance as facilitators of that session some strategies to offer, but oftentimes we would pose questions to the group and have discussion to generate ideas and solutions for how we might be able to address those particular issues. In the poster, you will have access to a few of the courses that we put together as a studio for teaching and learning. And so I hope that you will go through at your leisure and explore some of those resources. If you have any questions about why we organized the courses the way that we did, or why we included certain elements and didn't include other elements, or any of the instructional decisions that we made, or any of the faculty development components that we thought were really essential, please do ask us during our session. Please come to our session. We'd love to hear those questions. We'd love to talk more about this experience with you and the lessons that we've learned. So we look forward to seeing you at Dt&L 2021.